Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Sutra-17. Know me as Paradevi. Evam vida Bhairavasya yavastha parigiyate. Sa para pararupena Paradevi prakirtita. Bhairavi is the antarkarana of Bhairava. Bhairava Swarupa is Ananda. This Ananda is Bhairavi. The creation is the celebration of Bhairava's Ananda. The creation is Bhairavi. If we understand the creation this way, why would the creation bother us? But we are bothered by the world. Our lives are filled with ups and downs, likes and dislikes. The Sutra says, understand Bhairavi as Paradevi and Paradevi as the expression of Bhairava. Let us understand the nature of Para. Bhairava and Bhairavi are engaged in a conversation. What is the nature of this conversation? Bhairava is Parashabda. Their conversation is happening in Madhyama. We hear this conversation in Vaikari. Vaikari is the lowest level of expression using words. Words and languages are lowest level of human expression. Words are gross form of human expression. Let us take an example of ice. Ice melts and becomes water. Water becomes steam. Each one is subtler than the other. The ice is gross, water is subtler than ice, and steam is subtler than water. The more it is subtler, the more it is pervading. The mind is subtler than the body, and hence the mind is more pervading. It can travel distances in a second. The sutras we are listening to are nothing but words. From where do these words arise in the first place? From a higher level. The words themselves arise from the level of thoughts. This is Madhyama. The thoughts are subtler than the words. The words that we hear in Vaikari are gross form. Madhyama is at the level of thought. From where do the thoughts arise? They arise from the level of Pashyanti. Pashyanti is subtler than Madhyama. Pashyanti is the level of intuition. Sometimes we have an intuitive feeling about something. The intuition is very strong. You cannot explain this intuition, nor you can apply logic to it. But it is very powerful. This is the level of Pashyanti. In the level of Madhyama, the difference between words and meanings start becoming blur. In the level of Pashyanti, there is no language. It is pure intuition. Intuition cannot be explained by a logic. For example, you write on a piece of paper using a pen. The ink in the pen flows along with the words. The ink and the words cannot be separated. The words are many, but the ink is one. A very subtle difference exists between the ink and the words. Understand Pashyanti in this way. Pashyanti is above human mind. Pashyanti is direct experience. Above Pashyanti is Para. In Para, the differences disappear. There is no difference at all. It is Ekam, one without a second. Shiva and Shakti are one here. There is absolutely no difference. This is the aspect of Ardhanari Īśvara. The sutras of Vijñāna-Bhairava-Tantra that we are listening have descended from the level of Para. From Para to Pashyanti, to Madhyama, to Vaikari. We hear them as words in Vaikari. The conversation between Bhairava and Bhairavi is happening at the level of Madhyama. Bhairava has descended to the level of Vaikari to communicate with us. While inquiring into the sutras, we should trace the words of the sutra to their origin. The origin is Para, from where the words have manifested. Realizing Para is the goal of the sadhaka. This is liberation, or what we call as moksha. This is how the teachings are transmitted for generations through the parampara. Bhairava is Adi Guru, the first teacher. From Bhairava, the teachings have been transmitted to the present day gurus through a parampara. The teachings have been transmitted by an oral tradition for thousands of years. This is the glory of the parampara. Let us go back to our ink and words example. You are using a pen to write on a paper. The ink flows along with the words. The ink and words cannot be separated. The words are many, but the ink is one. The creation is many, and the consciousness is one. Without the ink, the words will not exist. Without the consciousness, the creation will not exist. Ink alone is expressing itself as words. The consciousness alone is expressing itself as the creation. If we are stuck with the words, it is samsara. If we recognize the ink, it is liberation. Bhairava is the ink or consciousness, and Bhairavi is the words or the creation. Bhairavi is the expression of Bhairava, the Parashabda. Hence, Bhairavi is known as Paradevi. Let us understand the nature of Paradevi. Paradevi is the universal mother. Like a typical mother, she tempts us with the world and its luxuries to keep us happy and engaged. This is our motherly compassion. We run after the world with a belief that the world will keep us happy. This is how Paradevi engages us in our lives as the universal mother. This is her creative phase. She keeps us in samsara. Paradevi also has a destructive phase. This is the phase of Kali, her destructive phase. Kali stands naked, wearing a garland of skulls and dancing on Bhairava. She is pointing Bhairava to us, the pure consciousness. She is asking us to recognize the consciousness in the creation, the ink in the words. If our mind is turned towards consciousness, it means the death of the world for us. Kali is this death. This is the destructive phase of Paradevi. Paradevi liberates us from samsara. The sutra says this is how Bhairava can be known through Bhairavi, the Paradevi. Bhairava expresses as Paradevi. She is the supreme form of Bhairava. In this way, the supreme state of Bhairava is sung. Evam vida Bhairavasya yavastha parigiyate. Para, the nature of Bhairava, is expressed as Paradevi. She is Bhairava's supreme form. Sa para pararupena Paradevi prakirtita. Evam vida Bhairavasya yavastha parigiyate. Sa para pararupena Paradevi prakirtita.